This is my 1.7 vlog explaining how media theorists have influenced the work we've done so far. So the first theorist I'm going to start with is Judith Butler. Judith Butler is someone that kind of campaigns or talks a lot about feminism within our work, and I think this is very relevant to the work we've done so far, especially. In initial discussions for the ideas of our video, no females were mentioned at all, really. Very rarely did either of us think to have a female involved within rioting, and that sort of behaviour. It's just not something you associate women with. And I think this comes from what Butler says, how she says that women aren't really portrayed in the media to be involved in rioting or anti-fascist work or really anti-social behaviour. I think this is very relevant for us because we didn't think of it at all. Maybe now, after discussions, after listening and looking at Butler's work, we spoke about it, but we still don't really think it's relevant for us and our idea, but it's especially, it's something we did have to think about. The next theorist is Todorov. He talks about the narrative, of the video. He kind of says that typically there is normality, disequilibrium, and then a return to equilibrium, but I kind of disagree with his ideas for how I want to do our video. I had the idea of kind of starting with disequilibrium and then returning to equilibrium, but having that constant switch up, because I think it just, it's more interesting for the viewer. I think instead of telling a story kind of beginning, middle, end, maybe mix it up a bit and confuse the audience, and I think that works for me. But I do obviously, understand Todorov's ideas, but I just like to change it and maybe challenge his ideas a little bit. The next theorist is Andrew Goodwin. Goodwin states that intertextual references are often used within media and music videos, and I think this is definitely something that we're looking to do, especially we're talking about antisocial behaviour and rioting. Just off the top of my head, I think the London riots are definitely something that we can link it to. Obviously the London riots were a big thing, with obviously someone being shot, and then kind of antisocial behaviour just spread across London. But within the riots and everything, it was kind of only antisocial behaviour that was shown. It wasn't actually, we never heard about the message, and the message that we're actually fighting for never came through, and it was never really seen in the media. And I think this is something that we kind of want to challenge. So we want intertextual references, but we want the message to come through more than the behaviour. Another example is obviously the situation in America, where there is constant trouble involving the police and African Americans. There's a lot of controversial things happening, shootings and everything. But again, it's never really the message that comes through from what they're actually fighting for, and that's something that we want to show. So it's an intertextual reference, but we kind of want to challenge the way it currently is shown in the media. Also, Goodwin states that there is a link between music and visuals, and this is definitely something that we're gonna try to use. I think in our song there's a bit of a drop, so I think it starts off quite calm, the song, so we're going to use that to kind of maybe set the scene a little bit, start there, and then on the drop, obviously quicker cuts, a lot of chaos happening, maybe some footage from riots, and this is going to confuse the audience a lot, but we're using the drop to kind of speed the video up and show different elements, and I think we'll definitely look to use that. The last theorists I'm going to talk about are Adorno and Horkheimer, and they kind of make the point about the proletariat being kept down. I think this is definitely relevant in our video. We're going to hopefully try to challenge the view that is portrayed in the media, and obviously the view that is portrayed in the media is that the proletariat, when they're involved in riots, they're only there for violence and antisocial behaviour. They're not actually there for any reason. So hopefully we're going to try to show that there is a message behind why the proletariats are out and maybe why they're rioting. So instead of showing constant violence in our video, hopefully we're going to be able to portray a message and put that through. And this kind of challenges the idea that the proletariat are being kept down by actually showing the message and showing what they're fighting for. It offers them a chance to maybe rise up. And if we can show that in our video, then I definitely think we're linking into the theory of Adorno and Horkheimer.